Next ones, we're adding rational expressions that already have a common denominator. If I have a common denominator, I'm really just working with the numerators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as one great big fraction and put all the rest up on top, but I'm going to put parentheses around my numerators. So I have a minus sign, 6a minus 10x, and then I have a minus sign, 8a plus 7x. And I'm really just going to work with my numerators. In this case, I have to get rid of the parentheses, so I have to distribute those negative signs out. So, here, negative and a positive is going to give me negative 6a. Here, negative and a negative is going to change that to a positive 10x. Here, negative and a positive is going to be negative 8a. And here, negative and a positive, going to be negative 7x. Still all over that 8a, which is my common denominator. So if there's a negative sign in front, basically just changes my signs. Then I'm going to combine my like terms. I can combine my a's together, I can combine my x's together. I'm not changing any signs, I'm just putting them together. Negative 6 minus 8 is negative 14. 10 minus 7, positive 3. Tells me to simplify my fraction. The only way I can simplify it is if all three terms can be reduced by the same thing. In this case, I can't reduce all three of them, so that is my answer. You need to be careful when you type these in. This negative is on top of the fraction, not out in front. So make sure you hit the fraction button first and then type the top in separately from the bottom. If you do the negative sign and then hit the fraction, it's going to end up in front and not on top. So be really careful when you type those in that it ends up with the negative up there on top with the 14. So, rewriting this one all over my 5a. I've got a minus sign, and then I have 4a minus 2 in parentheses, because that's all on top of my first fraction. And then on this one, I've got a plus sign, and 8a minus 7b is going to be in my parentheses. So, distributing that negative. Negative times a positive. Going to give me negative 4a. Negative times a negative, going to give me a positive 2b, right? This one has a plus sign in front, so it's not going to change any signs, but I'm thinking positive times a positive is still positive 8a. Positive times a negative is still negative 7b. All over my 5a. I'm then going to combine my like terms. Negative 4 plus 8 is positive 4a, so 4a. Positive 2 minus 7. Negative 5b, right? Got to take the sign of the larger. Over 5a. Again, I can't simplify this because all three of them would have to be divisible by the same thing, so I'm done. 4a minus 5b over 5a is my answer. Go ahead, try number 21. So first I just wrote it, parentheses around the first one. There wasn't any sign in front, minus sign, and then parentheses around the second one. So when I get rid of my parentheses, nothing's going to change on the first part. There's really a +1 in front, but we don't need it. So that's still going to stay 8c minus 11d. On my second one, that has a minus sign in front. Negative times a positive is going to make that negative 6c. Negative times a negative, going to make that a positive 6d. On the bottom, we have our 4c. Combining my like terms, 8c minus 6c would be 2c. Negative 11 plus 6 is going to be negative 5d over my 4c. Again, I can't simplify that fraction, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, if I would happen to end up with something like 8x plus 12y over 4x, there would be something I could simplify, right? All of these are divisible by 4. I'm not going to do anything with the variables because the variables aren't all the same, but I could reduce all my numbers by 4. So this would be 2, this would be 3, and that would just cancel out. And so I get 2x plus 3y over x when I simplified it. But that's the only way you can simplify it, is if all three of them are divisible by the same thing. All right. That took a long time. I knew it would.